Sitting here this morning drinking my coffee and watching the goats and Bill the sheep who are out of the pen now. They are moving around and eating things. This particular video will be one of mainly pictures and just to give you an idea what is going on around here. Uh, it's a nice farm that we are on and have been on for about 5 years. We enjoyed it here. It has now that the pond is full, a very nice and huge pond, taking several pictures, 4 or 5 to encompass the entire size of it with a 35mm camera. Um, Thought that everybody would like to see that and see how much actual water comes in here. That pond was filled within 2 months of being drained with the rains that we've had this year after they rebuilt the dam. The problem is with the rain and the tilt of the property on the farm area. It it tends to lean towards the west, which means all the water from the field from the west side of the east side of the property goes right through the buildings. As you can see here, the water basically floods the driveway and the yard and the chicken coop, which you can see, and it also floods the garage, which is behind the chicken coop at about the same depth. It's been that way since we've been here, and it doesn't look like the property ground has been changed a whole lot. I'm not sure what it was looking like before Sally and moved into the property, and they cleaned it up at that point. It looks totally different now than it did at that time when 10 years before we moved here that they moved in. It may have changed the direction of the water, I don't know. But it's caused problems with the basement, as you can see. In the beginning, we thought that the block wall itself was just falling in due to the mud moving forward. But as we took the blocks down, we realized that there was a very large concrete landing pad that was of the original deck, which measured about 2 foot by 4 foot by about 18 inches deep. And it was sinking into the ground, and as it did, it kind of tilted towards the basement, so it was sliding towards the basement, pushing it in. It was very large and very heavy, and as you can see, it pushed the wall in pretty good. As the next clip shows, it was rather interesting, hard to get it away from the building. I'm fine.
All right. Take snaps, or you can't back around.
Yeah, I know.
What are you doing?
Got about 2 more inches. Whoa.
He doesn't know how to do it.
Didn't think that would work.
You moved it nicely. But the chain's going under. Chain's going under. Scott,
You might actually slip, so be careful.
Scott, you're supposed to be there giving them hand signals and where to stop.
After we got the concrete and deck and all that cleared from the top side, and we started we shaved the dirt back to where it belonged, after we got all the block tore down, we started putting up new block, and we did it by using the V block so we can put in cross rebar and concrete into the area all the way up to the top. This was several people helping, me, Reed, Kyle, and especially my brother Ray, who came to live with us for a while. He was the lead in this project, and as an architect made sure that we were doing it properly and correctly. After we tore down the that and got the block wall up. Ray just kept on going. He used the block we reclaimed from the block wall and put up I guess a false wall out uh, in front to number one, block all the water coming in, and number two, to start a deck, which he continued to build. We reused everything. The first step, the smaller step that we pulled away, we is in front of Sally's place now as a landing pad for a staircase on hers, and we're using the other big block as a step for our deck on the south side. We also use the roof of the old deck as a doghouse for Bean, and she seems to like it. And then we took the decking and the ramp out, and I'm using it as a floor and a decking, if you will, on my new small building near the house where I'll keep my tools. And now, as time goes on, I'm starting to push the dirt further out from the house and uh, be sure to keep the water well away from the house, stop the flooding. And, well, that's all I have for this time. I hope you all have a good day. Uh, See you next time.